Hey folks, first of all, I want to apologize to you. I was not able to get any video of sliding this in to the building. We didn't end up with as much help as I thought we were going to have, so I ended up running that forklift. If you look further down towards the barn, you'll see a telehandler forklift. The original plan was to bring the telehandler in and use its forks to push the spa into this room. Problem is the telehandler's taller than my garage doors. So we were actually we pushed it as far as we could without hitting the door opening. So the new plan is to bring, we're gonna bring a Bobcat down either Monday or Tuesday, depending. They're pouring concrete in town on Monday, so probably Tuesday. And we're gonna slide this in the rest of the way and get it in this room. And the other thing we have to do is, if you look here, you'll see the power cable to supply power to that thing coiled up right there. When I bought it, one of the problems was they couldn't tell me where the power connects inside of here. So you notice that that wire is not run to a specific place. So when we took the lid off of it yesterday to move it, we found the control panel. It's right here. So you can safely assume the electrical connection is going to be somewhere on this corner. I've got a little bit of ductwork repair to do. Some things that I didn't foresee on that. And then I'm going to start pulling those panels to see if I can figure out exactly where the power connection is, so I can prep my cables. You can see we went with the blue mottled wave color with the gray cabinet. They had several different choices. If you're wondering, this is the Oceanside swim spa from Integrity Spas. You know, you can look it up online what it costs. I'm not going to tell you. We went with this. I believe I mentioned in several other videos, my wife is handicapped, and this is her exercise because we're 80 miles from the nearest YMCA with an exercise pool. So that's why we went with this item. So on that note, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go do a little ductwork repair, which literally involves me hanging upside down and backwards, which I won't be able to video. Just some things that I didn't consider when I hung it. And then once that's done, I'm going to come down, I'm going to start opening this up and see if I can find the power connections. And I'll bring you back for that. Okay, it occurred to me that I haven't shown you folks my marking here. I'm not done with it yet, but whenever you have a wood floor or a floor that's going to be covered up, it's a good idea to mark your floor where your outlet boxes and lights are. If the drywallers miss something, you're going to know it this way. I've sprayed most of it. We've done some cleanup work since that spraying was done. So there's a few more I have to mark. But you can see by doing this, because the floor doesn't go on, again, we're back to knowing what order you're doing things in and why. The floor in here does not go down until the painting is done. And we have to sand this floor big time because of the swelling we got this spring. We had all the moisture. We do have all the interior door, or all the exterior doors are now installed, I should say. And that would be one of our boxers that's running around exploring. But supposed to be some pretty cold weather coming in. He's gonna come in and get the last of the stuff ready for insulation, and then we're gonna we'll be able to boot scoot boogie onto drywall and things of that nature. So just wanted to wander around. We got one more exterior door here that's been installed since the last time I walked around up here. So we got this door here. So we're making progress. I'm going to come along and I'm going to mark out the rest of the floor, which is basically this room, I believe. And then I'm going to get busy doing that ductwork repair. And then I'll bring you back when I go to do the when I expose the sides of the spa to see where the electrical is. So I'll be back with you in a few minutes. Okay. I will try to stay out of the way. My first guess is that my electrical connection is going to be somewhere under this cover. So we're going to pop off all of our screw covers here. Yeah, they couldn't tell me at Integrity Spas where the electrical connection was, which I found quite unusual. So we did a little staging like I showed you earlier. Okay. Okay, well, I was partially right in that our big pump is in here. And our manifold. There's our circ pump right there. There's the secondary pump. And let's see here. Over here, we have our electrical panel, which isn't real visible. So the electrical connection is going to be on this end, I think. So try to set you back here where you can see. I'm going to leave that open in case, you know, there's any leaks or anything, I can see where it's coming from immediately. I've never had one of these apart before, so everything I'm doing is an education guess. Okay. I guess the whole end comes off here. As I mentioned before, my day job for going on 40 years now was an appliance repairman. And like I used to tell trainee techs, when in doubt, keep taking out screws, you'll find it eventually. That's what it is, you have to pull off the whole head. Okay, it's got a third pump in there. Okay, it's got a hidden screw right there. It's got one at the top too. Wow. Okay, we're opened up. We're bringing it a little closer here. So this thing has 5 total pumps. This is going to be your heater and control box here, right here in front of me. And all the electrical comes back to here, so the connection should be in here. So let's open it up and see what we got. My wife and I had a Coleman hot tub once upon a time, and our main power connection for that was in the control box, so I have no reason to believe that this one won't be here as well. Off with the cover. So if you look here, yep, I was right. You look here, you're going to see your terminal, your main terminal block, where your power connects up. And so you've got your black and your red up here. Hard to see in there. And that's probably going to be your ground. I'm going to have to study. I'm going to have to dig. There's probably an installation manual buried in the tub in there. But that is where the main power connects up. Here's your main power connection hole right here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to come in on this end and we'll run it in conduit over to here. This tub's going to almost touch the other wall. We have to leave enough room for insulation and drywall. And enough room for me to get in here and work on it. So it can't touch the other wall, but it can be close. And there's your main computer board, your communications cable. You see right there, headed up and around. So nothing surprising for me. I just wanted to show you here while we opened it up. In case you're wondering, the dimensions on this, online, they're 87 inches wide by 17 feet 1 inch long. This spa actually ended up being 91 inches wide by 17 feet 6 inches long. So I don't know if they've changed the specs or what they've done, but this is... this is a little larger. And what we did here, as I went over it with you before, is we left this opening in the wall so we could frame the house without running the risk of dropping things. Let me get up here and stood up. We left this opening in the wall so we could do this without running the risk of dropping things on the spa and breaking it. So fortunately we left it bigger because the spa had not arrived when the framing started. It arrived shortly after framing started. So we went with the dimensions online, but we decided to leave it a full 8 foot wide, which gave us just enough room. We're going to push it in on either Monday or Tuesday. We're going to position it. I'll run the wiring then next weekend. Okay, folks. So insulation starts this coming week. So I'm doing the last walk around to make sure everything's done that needs to be done before insulation starts. So I showed you last time I was up here, the swim spa has been installed, excuse me. You'll notice this wall has been framed in. And then we put this wall in with screws. If for any reason this spa ever has to come out, we just remove the drywall from each side and this whole wall can be removed. And notice there's no electrical or plumbing in it. That was by design. Now, technically, because I have an outlet here, but then there's no outlets anywhere on this wall, technically I am illegal. By National Electrical Code, there should be an outlet on this wall. I don't want one here for those reasons, and it's not a big deal. I've got 3 other outlets in this room, or 4. It's not going to ever hurt anything to not have that outlet. So I just wanted to point that out. So we're going to walk down here, and I'm going to try to get this on camera. So you've got the electrical cable that we never finished running because we didn't know exactly where the electrical was on this thing. And as you saw on the last video, I pulled the covers off so we could get to it. So we're going to come down here. And we're going to try to get this pulled without being completely in everybody's way. I'm going to stick this backwards for a second. I got some wood chips in the way. I don't know how well this is showing up on camera. I hope it is. Because we're making that tight bend, I want to pull the cable all the way through first. And I think I got a knot in it, which means I'm going to have to pull it right back out. Let's see. No. You'll see that piece of white PVC down there. That'll get anchored in with the drywall. That's my drain hole, because when the plumbing was pulled in, before the pour was ever done on the slab, and I did it, I forgot to put put a drain hole, or a floor drain in this room. So, guilty as charged. In case you're wondering, for those who are electrically minded, this is 6-gauge wire, 6'3" with the ground specifically. And yes, it is too long. That's by design too. The power feed from my generator also requires 6'3" with the ground. So I'll cut off what's left extra and use that to wire my generator into the house. Now it will have to be in conduit. It's outside. Let's see here. Okay. Now, because they're all straight through, okay. Now, technically, this didn't have to be done until drywall. However, the drywallers are coming in literally right behind the insulators. And I don't want to have to do anything go. What we're going to do here is, for now, and I can come back later and finish it off, we're just going to tuck the electrical cable up into the bottom of the hot tub. And we're all set. Just wanted to show you. So the next thing I noticed, and I had to take this apart to do, after I did a pressure test for some extra fittings. So, and this doesn't have to be watertight. It just has to be there. So we've got this eared 90 for this downstairs shower. That's in place just so the drywallers cut me a hole. Again, something that doesn't have to be done until the drywallers come, if I might as well get done, is I had left these 3 plumbing lines loose. So I'm going to go find a couple of PEX 1/2-inch straps, staple that up, and then I'll bring you back when we go upstairs, because I think that's the last of it down here. Okay, folks, we're now upstairs, and a couple little minor hiccups to do here. I have a little bit of nail plating to do, which I believe I covered this in another video, but these are nail plates. If your electrical or your plumbing gets too close to the surface of the wood, where the drywall screws or nails might hit it. I think I've got 6 or so to do. They come in 3 different sizes I'm aware of. They come in 3s, 6s, and I've seen some 8s out there. But the biggest thing I wanted to show you is we started putting doorknobs on yesterday, and we started closing up these holes. You notice these holes are just a little bigger than the opening for the doors. And you see, we got a matching set of 6 doorknobs, so we have the same key. We have 7 upstairs exterior doors, however. But the decision was made by my wife and I that this door here, which goes out onto our private deck, you'd have to climb onto the deck from a fairly decent height. So it's unlikely this one will ever be used to get into from the outside. So because we could only get 6 matching doorknobs and we have 7 upstairs doors, that one will have the separate key. But again, it will probably never be used. So this is what I've been waiting to show you. And I've been really careful throughout this whole process not to badmouth, or to try not to badmouth any of the suppliers. We all know that it's a fiasco right now trying to get materials. However, you'll notice that this door is kind of off kilter a little bit. That was so we could just get it installed. So I'm going to try to get on camera what we've got, what we're dealing with here. And I hope it'll show up. Let's see if I can get it here. There it is. See that? Okay, so here we have the door frame. Here we have the side light frame. That's daylight between the two. There's no gaskets that way on both sides, although the right side is worse. So I called WeldGen. This door was ordered from Home Depot, and I want to say this: Home Depot's had some delivery issues, but Home Depot is in no way at fault for this. All they do is order it from the supplier. This is the third door. The first door was destroyed in shipment. The second door came in so out of whack, even when it was installed perfectly level, that when you took the bracing off, the door sprung open to a 45-degree angle and wouldn't close. This third door, as you can see, was not manufactured properly. There's no gaskets between the frame and the side lights. So I contacted the warranty and was told, oh, we'll supply you a fourth door at no charge. However, you're responsible for the labor to put it in. To put it kindly, I didn't take that real well. I told him, no, this is the fourth door. You've delayed us for 4 months. And that's true. Well, with the electrical plumbing, they've probably delayed us 3. I said, you will pay $300 to have this door exchanged. And it took a couple of emails back and forth, but they have agreed to do it. Personally, if I had to do it over again, I would go somewhere else for my doors and windows. I would not use this company. It has become a fiasco on steroids. So I got my contractor the $300. I shouldn't say contractor. I'm the general contractor. I got my finish guy the $300 and he wants to exchange the door again. Problem with that is we can't finish the door. We can't caulk the trim on the outside. We can't trim the door on the inside once the drywall's up. So here you go. So what we'll do is once he's done with the siding outside, we're going to plastic wrap the door on the outside, and then once the drywall's up on the inside, we're going to plastic wrap the door on the inside, and the door will not be usable until I get another door. The last 2 times they've been ordered, they've taken 3 and 4 months respectively. I have no reason to think this time's going to be any different, but I wanted to bring that to your attention. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we have done here. Oh, one thing that I got to do before drywall, and I don't have any black spray paint. I always spray paint the register boxes so that they're black, so they don't show up when you look up at them, because they're dark, so you can't see into them. So let me take a walk around here, see if there's anything else. I believe that's everything. I do want to point out one thing here in case anybody sees it in a later video. You'll notice that there's no nipples sticking out of these eared 90s. Again, this is going to be finished with concrete board and tile, so I can punch those holes as I go. So there's no need to worry about putting nipples on those. With that, I think that's everything. So I'm going to put in some nail plates. I have to take that thermostat off the wall. That was the other thing. This thermostat was hooked up. We had to have an operational appliance for our propane pressure test. So the thermostat was hooked up just on a temporary basis. I'm going to take that off the wall and just stick the wire through. And when the drywalling is done, I can put that thermostat. By drywalling and painting, well, when the drywalling is done, I can put it back up. It has to be here for the tape and texture, because we have to have heat in the building for that. So with that note, I think I'm going to thank you for watching, and I'll bring you back when we get some insulation in here, and we'll keep on moving.